Right, we're at Friends Fishery today. I'm with Darrell. We're having a surface match, and he's decided to start without me. The cheeky little bar. Oh, I can't really say that. What should I call it? Cheeky little rascal.
Friends Fishery, don't stop about us because we need to get out of quick. Hurry up.
Right, we're at Friends Fishery today for a surface match between me and Darrell. He's decided to start already, so I'm going to nip round the corner. There's loads of fish there. I don't know if he's realised, but I'm going to go hopefully catch one before he does.
It's got a bit of bite, this one. You better hurry up, Elliott. This is on.
Oh, you saw the hook? That little monkey. Darrell, he just saw my hook and refused it. No way, I thought it was all over.
Oh, side swipe.
Oh, he got out.
All right, well, he's gone round to the Billingsgate corner. You know, anyone can catch him round there, but he's into one. Yeah, I suppose it serves me right for cheating and getting out there too early. But quite happy with my little spot. Once he spooked from out Billingsgate, we should be in for a chance.
Oh man, look at all these twigs, look. Absolute carnage. And that was an absolute nightmare. Look, there's these big branches and all sorts stuck to the net. First time I tried netting it, it wouldn't even lift off the bottom. Thorns all over it. Well, here he is, fish number one. We're doing the match on numbers, so it don't matter how big they are, so who can catch the most. So, with that said, I'm going to get this one straight back and try and make it a 2-0 lead.
If you want me to stay, boy, I'll never leave. Well, so far today, as you've probably seen, there's a lot of bird life causing me extreme trauma. And it seems like every time you get them taking, the birds come and try scaring off the spot and whatnot. But they want the bait as much as the fish do.
So I'm sort of trying to get him in close and just flicking single mixers at him rather than trying to get him feeding. I'm sure he'll get him a lot of fish feeding, so hopefully they'll, once I've eaten a few, my little single will help me pick a few off. But we'll see. Oh, there's one right in close. The fish are behaving rather sneakily at the minute. There was loads here, but they've now, since I've hooked one, they've disappeared, so we'll see. There's actually quite a few near Darrell, but hopefully not for long. Where's he going, that one? Oh! That was close. Ah! There you go. Not my float, not my float. Why do they always want to eat the float for? Go on, go on, go on. I see a couple of fish just sucking at some scum, possibly some mixers, right up tight against the island. First cast I hooked the reed, second cast, he tried eating the float, came back round, and I hooked him. Still got a landing yet though. Already seen Darrell lose one. I don't want to do the same. Feels like an 80-pounder. It's a good one, isn't it? Isn't it? This is tense. It looks like a big fish. Feels like a big one. I said earlier it feels like an 80-pounder. Obviously I was joking, but I've just seen him. He looks all right. I've had it on, I've had it on over 10 minutes, without doubt. It hasn't even surfaced. He's constantly trying to go down into the corner by them pads. I really don't want him to.
Makes you wonder what the world's coming to.
Proper out, and he look. Well, it took an absolute age to get him in. Well worth it in the end. Just over 28 pounds. Darrell reckons he's the biggest one in the lake. Had a good spawn out. We'll find out later from the owner. Old Neil Spooner ain't going to be very happy at all. He loves it down here. He's never had a 20, so dedicate this to him. Cool. Might just dive in. Right, what's happened here is Darrell suggested we have a lunch break, and as you can see now, while I'm eating, he's decided to start fishing. So he's decoyed me. Desperate measures, I reckon.
Well, it looks like I'm fighting a losing battle. Elliott's 2-0 up. I've lost 2. The birds are driving me insane, as they always do when I fish on the surface. And yeah, the wind's got up. It's just not looking that clever around here, really. Probably need a move. I've got camera equipment, tackle boxes, you name it, it's all strewn across the bank. Elliott's just nipped off for 1 rod. I'm sure it's about to become 3-0, and I'm feeling like I'm fighting a losing battle.
Right, I've just lost one, unfortunately. I'm going mad by the pads. Cast onto the pads, tweaked the hook back to the edge of the pads, and yeah, a couple of minutes later, nailed one and lost it. Not ideal, but they're still feeding, so hopefully get another chance.
Got a bit of a problem here, can't get deep enough into the pads. We've got a few feeding off here, so we're going to stay here to cut Elliott off, feed 2 lines, and keep feeding, get him confident, and I'm going to hopefully reap the rewards on that a bit later. Oh, hero, come along.
And a hero came along.
Here you are. You know. He just nosed it up in the air.
Just poaching me up, isn't he? Just I expected better of him. I've known him a long time, and it's amazing how your thoughts can change in an instant. God, look how windy it is. I think we're both going to have to move, mate. This wind. Whoa. That is the best cast this lake has ever seen. That's it, there. Come on. Oh, again! Just putting a bit of yellow on. Makes it a little bit easier to see the hook bait. Fish can't see it, so it doesn't look out of place. But that tiny little blob there stands out like a sore thumb. Just eating them right tight to the pads, aren't they?
Yes. It's a koi. Oh yes.
What does it remind you of, Pecky?
John Wilson on his barbel rod. Doesn't he go well? Here he comes. He comes. It's the biggest ghost of my life. Well, we're off the mark. First one. It's been tough going, you know, after losing those first couple, but there's quite a few fish taking here, so I think I've got a good chance. So I'm going to get him back, hopefully get a couple more.
I still can't get a bite. They're feeding so tight to the pads that I don't want to fish for them, really, not there. I reckon if one actually eats within 6 inches of the pads, I'll get a bite, but...
Oh, where's my bait gone? There. Well, Elliott was getting a little bit big for his boots, but he didn't really realise I'd let him get off to a flyer. And now I'm administrating the punishment. One in the net, one in the rod, loads of fish feeding. It'll be all over soon.
Right, well, I've lost my last 3 in a row. I've now hooked one. Darrell's got one on as well. It's a ghosty. So just as Darrell thinks he's made it 2-2, taking the mickey at me for losing 3, I've hooked one. I've got to land it yet.
Well, there he is, carp number 2. We're all square, 1 hour to go. I'm going to get him back because I'm desperate to beat the little whippersnapper to the final finish. Yes. Yeah, when surface fishing, it's really easy to be so concentrated on what you're doing that you don't sort of become aware of your senses. As you can see by the back of my neck and the back of my calves, I haven't noticed that I'm absolutely nuked. And the most ridiculous thing about it is I've got a bottle of Factor 50 in my swim.
Literally struck out of 3 carp's mouths in the last 5 minutes.
Right, Elliott, I'm calling time, mate. My calves can't take no more. I'm absolutely fried. Let's get these fish out and
I've got
have a look.
one. Oh. I just lost. Oh. Jesus.
He's lost one on the buzzer.
I think it's a draw.
Well, there you have it, the perfect end to a day's competition fishing. 3 all, good fun had by all. And if I was going to give you one tip, it'd be put the Factor 50 all over your neck. I'm absolutely fried.
Some of you might notice a little white floats that have been dangling around. They're basically the first production samples of the new Korda floats. So keep your eyes peeled for them. They'll be available in 5 to 80 gram. We've used the 5 today, perfect for a small venue like this. But whatever it is you need, no matter how far you need to cast, there'll be one just right for you. Keep your eyes on the website for all the updates regarding that. And if you fancy a little bit of this as well, make sure you get your floater rod and go fishing.